Welcome to the Techwebcast, episode number 162, with hosts Brad and Steve.
Hey Steve, how are you, buddy?
Doing pretty good.
That's the way, mate. How's your week been?
It's been pretty good. Actually, just getting ready for this, streaming this live every week and other things in my own show, so pretty exciting.
Cool as. Now, we're going to talk to a guy about the Roamz app, Steve. Now, have you heard much about that, mate?
Actually, I have, even before you mentioned it, actually. I can't remember if it was you or somebody tweeted it out. And now I just downloaded it yesterday and kind of was messing around with it. And it's got some interesting features that expand the usefulness of the app, obviously.
Good stuff. And also we got Paul. Hey, Paul.
Hey, how you going?
How you going, mate? Long time no chat. Yeah, you've also got the app on your phone too. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I've just downloaded it. It's pretty good so far. It's giving me everything that I have in my area that I didn't even know about, so that's good.
That's good. Now we've got the person on Techwebcast right now.
Hey, Brad, Jonathan
hey,
here.
How are you?
Good. So I've got 3 extra people who've downloaded it. That's awesome. So download numbers have gone up by 3.
Good stuff.
I guess that helps.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely.
Awesome. Now tell us about Roamz and how you got started on stuff.
Yeah, look, so we launched 2 weeks ago, or 12 days ago, over at Web 2.0 Summit in San Francisco.
Yep.
And we've had a really nice run. It's been picked up by a lot of the press sort of over in the US, so sort of TechCrunch and Mashable and the Next Web and a whole bunch of people over there, and we're starting to get a bit of traction sort of in all random parts of the world, like Japan and Bulgaria and Russia and China. So it's really nice starting to get users. We started the business back in January and raised some money from a locally listed media company, and it just sort of built up a really awesome team. So we've got some PhDs from one of the universities. We've got awesome iPhone developer. We've got a great CTO and great head of product, and it's sort of all been built from our offices in Sydney. So sort of something born and bred in Australia, but we wanted it to sort of be global from day one. And I think, we're definitely not where we want to be. Like, we know what we want to do and where we want to go, and I think we're probably done 1 or 2 steps of the 100, but so far it's been a pretty cool ride.
Cool, man. Good stuff. And it's a free app?
Yeah, completely free. Available on iTunes for the iPhone or iPod Touch. And yeah, it's available globally. It's working sort of pretty much in any language. It's been pretty exciting. We've had almost 15,000 downloads in a little under 2 weeks.
Nice.
And it's sort of just been picked up, and it's one of the apps that are featured this weekend on iTunes. So we're stoked and really excited about that.
Cool as. And Steve, you got any questions for Jonathan?
Yeah, I got a couple. I'm guessing it's like a social networking app for like different places, events, and because I'm kind of looking through the settings, because you can do, it's not just one particular thing. It's food, restaurants. So it's basically tied in with social networking together.
Yeah, look, what we identified was people are sharing more and more data, and the data they're sharing is being fragmented across Facebook and Foursquare and Twitter and Instagram, and there's more and more apps and places to share content every day. But the issue is it's getting harder and harder to find cool stuff that's going on nearby, because unless you're following like the right person on Twitter at the right time, you often miss out on really cool serendipitous moments, whether it's a fair in the park, whether it's the cool pizza at the local pizza joint. So we didn't want to go and recreate another social network, because people are doing it far better than us, Foursquare and Facebook's. But we've layered Roamz kind of on top of their APIs, and we're pulling in data in real time. We're analysing in real time. We've built some intelligence that says, Steve or Brad or Paul like these kinds of things. Yep. And as you use the app, we get smarter. And in the future, like wherever you go, it gives you sort of a customised view of sort of what's being talked about nearby. So like potentially, you get off the plane in New York and you start seeing stuff nearby that's of interest. I don't think sort of anyone's really nailed that yet, and that's sort of what we're trying to nail, that intelligence, that real time, and just sort of those discoveries, like as you just said, the things in your neighborhood that potentially you didn't even know about.
I got another quick question for you. Now, you can use your Twitter and Facebook account, I'm guessing, to log in, but can you
Yes.
also can you make postings through the app to Twitter and Facebook, or
Yeah, sure, and Foursquare, so you can use it to push to all three. So there's a big plus button in the middle. We're about to push a new release to the App Store in the next few days, which makes that process a lot easier. But if you hit the plus button, you can sort of say what you've discovered, add a photo, and then you can push it out. So it goes to Foursquare as a check-in, and it posts to your Facebook wall, and it goes out as a tweet. So kind of as you discover cool things when you're out and about, equally you can sort of push those out to your other networks, because we're not trying to replace Foursquare or Twitter or Facebook. I mean, we'd be stupid to do that. But I think we can sort of work really nicely with those guys and push back interesting stuff as well to your friends.
and
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. keep
yeah,
going.
I just had one more. There's somebody put a kind of a statement in the chat room, and he said somebody said they'd actually download it right now, but it's only for iOS. Perhaps in the future, maybe an Android app, perhaps maybe.
For sure, and I think that's a really fair call. For us as developers who've got kind of, as a startup, you've got limited resources and you kind of want to try and nail one experience first. So we kind of chose iPhone because it's a really nice device and it's sort of a really easy experience from a development point of view to build for. But certainly the technology and all the heavy lifting was done on the server side. So all of our intelligence is sitting on Amazon in the cloud. So, to build an iPhone app or to build a tablet or to build a web experience, that's obviously on the roadmap. We understand there's a lot of demand for that.
All right. Well, questions that I want to ask you. What's coming up in the next sort of release? Can you give us an idea on that, or?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the immediate release that's coming out next week, when it's approved, it feels like, I don't know whether this is an actual correct statement, but it feels about 10 times faster.
Okay.
We've done a lot of stuff to optimize the UI, so it scrolls really nicely. The images load a bit better.
Yep.
We've made the adding content page and that flow a lot quicker, so you can just add a mini review or a comment or a photo a lot quicker. So, we're already seeing people add content around the world, but we realised that it wasn't such a great experience. So, kind of all those little housekeeping things, and it's also now built for iOS 5 as well.
Nice.
Some of the next kind of immediate things we want to bring in are push notifications. So when there's something really cool going on or somebody comments on a post, you get pinged. And I suppose the other stuff that we're probably not really going to announce, but it's just from our point of view, is we just want to get the data better and better. So at the moment we're mining sort of Foursquare and Facebook and sort of showing you stuff there, which is really interesting. But I think the really interesting real-time stuff happens on Twitter and even places like Instagram. And we're getting a little bit of their content, but we can do it a whole lot better. So over the next 6 to 8 weeks, you'll see it just get fresher and fresher and, ultimately down to real time. So, our ultimate goal is that you open it up and you're sort of seeing what the people are talking about at the places nearby, like kind of X-ray goggles into a place, and you can see the tweets and the photos and all that social content that's being shared.
Nice. Paul, any questions?
Yeah. Any thoughts on Google Plus being integrated at some point?
For sure. I mean, that's sort of kind of our vision. We're not betting on the winners. I mean, we're just interested to see what ecosystems evolve. And Google Plus is really interesting. I mean, we were here over at the States last week. Sergey Brin and Vic, who set up Google Plus, were chatting at the conference. And I mean, one of the things they said was sort of there's 40 million people using it already. And somebody questioned them and said, well, how are you guys going to compete with the other social networks? And they said, well, the way we're going to compete is every, internet user basically touches a Google platform. So, if that's a platform where people do share content about places, we'd obviously love to integrate it both to pull in the data, but also to push it back out so that, if people do have a G Plus account, they can broadcast it back to that account.
Good stuff. Now, are you using an iPhone for us?
I am. I'm in love with Siri. Don't tell my wife.
I love Siri.
Yeah, she's my favourite.
I talk to it all the time. It sleeps next to me in my bed, so I talk to it all the time.
I think that technology is pretty game changing. I don't think people have really appreciated that. I mean, it's only the first step of many.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Ultimately, every device in your house, could be operated by Siri or all your Apple devices.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty amazing. Like the device can be in your pocket, and you can be having a conversation with it, and then it can direct you to things. I mean, we're even trying to think how we might integrate it in the future, and we've got some pretty cool ideas.
That'd be cool. Now, what other apps? What else have you been working on, Jonathan? Any other sort of new things, mate?
For us, it's all about Roamz. I mean, we've got so far to go until we sort of are at the point of what we've got in our head, and it's just about resources and finding the time to do it. I mean, I reckon we could be going on this for years, and ultimately we just want the users to have a better and better experience. And for us, that's measured by, somebody going out, firing up Roamz, and finding out about something really cool that they wouldn't have found out about without our app. Definitely.
Yeah, well, I seen you chatting with Robert Scoble, so that's how I found you, and that's how I found the app. And I think most apps I've got on my iPhone are from Robert Scoble that have been. He's a pretty interesting dude. He's got his finger on the pulse, and he finds out about the interesting stuff first. Definitely. He's going to do a review about Kevin Rhodes' app, so I can't wait to hear about that. So you should.
Is that Oink, Kevin Rose's one?
Oink, yeah, Oink.
Okay.
That's actually coming up on your show next, Steve. So we're going to chat about that in your show next coming up. Any more questions, Steve? Got questions, mate?
Let me see. I think I'm all questioned out. There's I think there was something now. I forgot what it is, but
it popped up in my head.
So what do you like about the 4S, Jonathan?
Look, from our point of view for Roamz, as a developer, it's just awesome to have a product with such powerful processing. I think the GPS feels really good, and it doesn't really use up battery, so there are some cool background things that you can be doing. And especially, I think, sort of in terms of, if you want a push notification so it's in your pocket, but you also want the location so you can kind of buzz somebody when something cool's going on. That sort of power is in the new device. And for me, Siri is the standout. But even little things like the camera, like the images that we see coming through Roamz from the 4S, the resolutions.
Definitely. So how are you making money out of this? The next question I was going to ask, but it's okay to ask, but you making much money here, or?
Well, no, we only just launched 2 weeks ago. Give me a break.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I didn't know that. Okay, I thought it was.
Yeah. So we launched 2 weeks ago.
Funny.
For us, the aim is to get the product right.
Yep.
And to get people liking it, and obviously to have uptake and engagement. If we have that, I mean, naturally, it becomes a cool property for, communications, whether that's sort of events, whether that's, a music gig, whether that's a small business wanting to target the right person at the right time.
Cool.
So for us, it's sort of an advertising play, but in a way that's sort of consistent with the product experience. But yeah, all of our focus at the moment is making it a really cool product.
All right, good stuff. All right, so Steve, have you checked out any sort of news around the internet? Apparently there's going to be an iOS 5 an update soon, mate.
Oh shoot, yeah, we kind of talked about it. I think last show. I'm trying to remember. Oh,
have you guys having problems with battery problems, or?
There we go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
definitely. I'm running through this on the iPhone 4S. I'm running through the battery pretty much in a day nowadays.
Okay. So, even on standby.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So.
Well, I think standby has been reduced anyway with the iPhone 4S. Supposedly it was 300 minutes with the iPhone 4, and with the iPhone 4S, I think it's now 200. They are issuing a new update that's supposedly supposed to hopefully fix the battery problem.
What about this music match thing? I'm hoping that actually comes out in Australia.
Yeah, same. That comes out soon.
Because they say it's only US only.
Well, even it's been delayed over here in America. It's already supposed to have been released, but I guess they're still working out issues. I don't know. Maybe that's why they're only going to initially release it in US, and maybe after so much time they'll release it to everybody else, hopefully.
So, Jonathan, you just got back home from the States. Is that correct, mate?
Yeah, we were over there launching. We got back last week. I'm actually heading over back again tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Heading back over to San Francisco.
Oh, wow. Good stuff. You're going to live there, are you, mate?
I can't live there, but it feels like it at the moment. We just got a whole bunch of meetings, and, obviously most of the world's technology companies are in San Francisco.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. That's good on you, mate. That's fantastic. That's good. Wish I had your job.
it's good fun being over there. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we're going to little cafes in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And everyone's talking tech, no matter where you are.
Wow, that's cool. Good stuff. You might even get interviewed on Kevin Rose's show, Foundation.
Yeah, hasn't he finished that?
I'm not sure. He just put out another episode just the other day, I think, with the guy from Ustream.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's see. I think he's got his hands full, Kevin, at the moment.
He does. I think he does. But yeah, no. And what will you be doing over there? Just meeting and stuff, that sort of thing.
Yeah, look, we're over there meeting with a bunch of people who reached out to us, who've sort of seen some of the press and sort of interested in what we're doing. And obviously, if there's sort of some partnerships and people who want to help us while we're over there,
Okay.
you know, we're happy to chat with them all.
Nice. And how long will you be over there for?
I'm just going for a week.
Okay.
And we've got a couple of press interviews and that kind of stuff as well. So just trying to get the word out and getting those guys excited.
Yep.
And obviously hoping that to try and generate downloads over in the US as well as sort of in Australia.
Oh, well, I've told everyone that I know in the US to get the app, so, you know, they should get it. And
Oh, awesome. Oh, well, yeah, that's great. We've done the same. I've asked all of our friends and friends of friends to say, like, if you like it, rate it for us in the App Store. So we're trying to pull all of our connections to get people to play with it.
Definitely. Well, Steve's got the app, and I hope he uses it all the time.
Actually, I want to keep it on my phone. I kind of like it, so I'm just going to leave it on there and use it some more.
Well, yeah. And send us feedback if you find out about stuff. You know, it's just feedback@roamz.com, so we can find out, you know, what people think.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
One of the cool things we did in the UI, if you notice, when you go to the interest page,
Yep.
and you toggle your interests on and off, the animation in the background changes based on what your interests are.
Okay.
So if you notice you turn kids off, you'll see like the merry-go-round and all that kind of stuff disappear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, that's cool.
It goes
Yeah,
to the pub.
I actually like that part. That you know, how it all moves and stuff. It's really nice.
We're trying to make it a bit fun, and I think that's part of the magic of
Yeah.
like these devices, that you can make things sort of feel fun.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely for sure. Paul, any questions?
No, that's pretty much all the questions I had for Roamz, as far as I can tell.
What's your thoughts on the app so far, mate? Paul?
Well, it's brilliant at this point because it actually showed me things I didn't even actually know about the area, so that's actually quite good as well. Cafes and that type of stuff I didn't even know about, so there you go. Well, I haven't actually been living in this area for very long, so that's probably why it's an amazing thing to me.
Where are you from, Paul?
Up on the Central Coast.
Oh, cool.
I thought you were from Sydney, but I was wrong.
I used to live in Sydney, but I moved out
Okay.
away from there.
Cool.
So-
Now, Paul, you do a YouTube channel. We'll get back to Jonathan in a minute about the app, but you do a YouTube channel. Now, tell us about that.
Before I go into that, that ad you guys have is pretty cool. On your is that your ad, Roamz View or something or other YouTube channel?
Roamz?
Yeah, it's called Roamz View.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it does.
You're talking about the developer, aren't you, or of Roamz, or?
Yeah.
Video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, is that yours or?
Yeah. The little cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That was ours. Yeah, we had a really interesting dude do that. His name is Miguel from Grumo Media. He's a South American dude living in Canada. He's done a bunch of movies for like Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher, so that's how he's sort of like. There's been a whole bunch of buzz about him, and he's just really, really funny and quirky, and he just does awesome work. So they put that sort of demo video together for us just before we launched.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Before I forget, where did the name come from?
Roamz?
Yeah, Roamz.
It's hard to think of a clever name that's got to do with location that's not taken. We were kind of thinking like we wanted something that as you're kind of roaming around,
Yep.
like you just sort of discover stuff, and yeah, we just kind of felt that it fit. We didn't want something just really too descriptive, but we wanted something kind of fun and light-hearted, and we threw a whole bunch of names on the board, and that was the one that kind of stuck, and we liked it, and it felt reflected what we were trying to do. I mean, naming a business, I reckon, is probably one of the hardest decisions anyone can make.
Yeah. Definitely.
And particularly when you're trying to get a URL as well, and you want to make sure that the name of the app isn't taken. So, yeah, it's not easy.
For sure, mate, for sure. So, all right, so you got the iPhone 4S. Is it going to come on the iPad at any time soon, or?
For us?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're really interested in tablet. I mean, the key thing is a tablet and a web experience and the mobile, they're all really different experiences.
Yep.
And you use them for different things. So whereas, you might be on the couch or using your iPad, you're probably using your phone when you're out and about. Your laptop's probably usually at a desk or a more work environment. So
yep.
I think we have to tailor the experience to the device. So what we've built now is very much a mobile device. You're out and about. As it pulls your GPS, the stream changes. It obviously shows you things nearby.
Yep.
What does that look like on an iPad or on a laptop? I mean, we probably don't know yet. We don't have.
People still use laptops these days. I don't really know any people that use. They either got iPads or the iPhones or whatever. I don't know if they still use laptops anymore. But
I mean, I use a Mac Air.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, same.
I use it everywhere. I use all three. I've got an iPhone, I've got an iPad, and I've got a MacBook Air, and I use all three, but I use them in different ways.
Actually, it's the desktop use has gone way down for desktop computers. Actually, as far as computers themselves, probably the laptops are starting to really take hold as a main computer, and then obviously the mobile devices perhaps as a secondary device. But, we're actually seeing an increased use of laptops, I think. But some people, they just use their phone or iPad or tablet.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, I use my iPhone and iPad all the time in the lounge room.
Yeah, so what are you on now?
I'm on my computer because I'm doing the podcast.
So you're on the desktop.
I'm on the desktop to use it because I'm using the internet. But I use the iPad mainly in the lounge room. So yeah, it's a great device. I love the iPad. And yeah.
I mean, I think the people who have been successful on multiple platforms are the ones who really thought about how people are using it and interacting it.
Definitely.
And I think Twitter for me is the standout. Like their iPhone app is really nice when you're out and on the go and you just want content quickly and you want to tweet quickly.
Yep.
I think Twitter, the iPad, is a lot more beautiful and to drill down and read content and open up images and just the way that it pans from left to right really shows off the iPad and is a great couch experience.
Definitely.
And then their web client is completely different again. So I think they've really thought about why you're using it on different devices. And I think, if we can sort of be a fraction as good as those guys, I'll be very happy.
For sure. Now, who have you chatted to about the app so far?
In terms of what press have picked it up?
Yeah, what sort of interviews have you done?
Oh, we've been really lucky. I mean, we had Robert Scoble and TechCrunch pick it up pretty early.
Yep.
And we had Mashable and the Next Web.
Nice.
And then Harry McCracken, Technologizer, wrote about it. And we've had ZDNet.
Nice. And you also spoke to Hermione Wade too. I know her. She's cool.
Hermione, yeah. So she did it for the Next Web. That went off. I mean, she's really popular.
She is.
Her tweet must have been retweeted 500 or 600 times.
Yeah, she's been on this podcast, so she's cool.
Yeah, and she knows her stuff.
The English one.
Yeah, the English chick, the English one.
Yeah.
In the San Francisco now. I think
she knows her stuff. She gave me a run for my money.
Really? What sort of question did she ask you?
Look, she was just sort of, she was being really fair, but she was just why would I use you rather than XYZ? Okay. What's the benefit? And then I kind of pitched it to her, and at the end, I think I convinced her because she was like, "Oh yeah, that's actually really."
Well, I'm going to ask her. I'm going to ask her in the next couple of days to see if she's using the app, and she better be.
Yeah, please. If you speak to her, let her know. Say you spoke to me, and I hope she's still using it.
I will actually tagged a photo of you and her on Facebook, and she left a comment on it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, she. So we met with Elia Bazanis over in San Francisco, and I think they were going off on some big retreat with a whole bunch of really interesting people, so I don't know if they're still away.
All right.
But keen to see if she's still using it.
I'll have to ask her about that. I think she may be. I hope she is anyway.
Oh, well, ping me if she says yes.
Yeah, well, everyone should use the Roamz app. It's a great app, and it's a great app. Love it. All right. Well, all right. Any last words before we go? Where can they find you on Twitter and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so I'm at jbarouch, which is JBAROUCH.
Okay.
And Roamz is at Roamz, ROAMZ.
Okay.
Otherwise, just roamz.com, or they can follow us on Tumblr or Facebook.
Cool, man. All right. Well, I can't wait for the update to come out for the next release for the app, so that's going to be good.
Hoping next week, and it'll be quicker and sexier, and hopefully we get better leading into Christmas.
Love it. Paul, tell us about your YouTube channel before we go, mate. What's been happening with you?
Oh, nothing much. As far as I can tell, I've just been blown away by a few videos I've done recently, especially the iPhone 4S one. And basically, I haven't really been touching on anything else but the iPhone 4S. So that seemed to...
You liking the iPhone 4S, mate? You love it?
Yeah, it's all right. For me, it was really the choice to get it was for the 1080p video and the storage.
Yeah.
So that was definitely
Someone actually
one of the key features.
Someone's actually bought a Samsung phone over the iPhone 4S. I can't believe she did that. I told her not to, but she did.
If it's a Samsung...
They
if it's a,
hate them phones.
well, if it's a Samsung Galaxy 2S, they are pretty nice phones.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, but that phone's good, but apart from any other phone, just shit.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't buy anything else but the iPhone 4S. And I'm not getting paid to say that either. What about you?
Oh,
Steve, what about
Oh,
What
do you
about
think
you?
I would possibly get another phone or something?
Yeah.
I'm not really discounting perhaps Android phone, but probably maybe even the Galaxy,
Yes.
S2. But
yeah.
the iPhone, I have it. I mean, it works great. I can integrate it with my calendar and computers or the iCloud for my information. So I'm going to keep it, until, if it doesn't make me happy anymore, then get another one if possible.
No, will. But I really hope to see Roamz on different phones as well, like Sam. Them
Yeah, Android,
different
I guess,
Android stuff. Yeah,
if possible. Yeah.
that would be good.
Yeah, I mean, we're checking out sort of ice cream sandwich as well. Just
Okay.
There's some interesting different features that Google have introduced with that version.
Cool lads.
And I think the same thing for that. I think Android users want a different experience. They don't just want an iPhone experience. And the phone's different and the operating system's different. And I think there has to be a decent amount of thought that goes into that as well.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. So, Jonathan, what made you get an iPhone for us? Do you dislike Apple or just because it's good? Or
I bet the honest reason is I've been giving so many demos of the app.
Yeah.
People that you need the latest technology. Like the iPhone, everything just runs so much quicker on the 4S. Our app just completely flies on it. Yeah. So it's a better experience to be demoing to people. But having said that, obviously we put a lot of work to make sure it still works on the 3GS and the 4. So this new release is actually addressing a lot of optimization issues for those versions. But for me, demoing an iPhone app, I need the latest hardware to show it off.
For sure. And I still can't believe the app's free. I can't believe it. It should be worth 99 cents. It's worth 99 cents.
Only 99 cents?
Well, yeah, his cost on
I think he was $99. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, that's better. I mean, we could make some serious revenue if it was $99.
Yeah. And there's no ads on the app either, Jonathan, either. I thought you would have put some ads in there to make, a bit of money out of it, but,
But we will. I think we definitely will. I mean, we're not a charity. I mean, we have to ultimately make money to support the fact we've got staff and really clever people making it.
Yeah.
I suppose because we were lucky enough to have raised money, we've got the ability to actually build the product that we want, and then obviously next year work out how we monetize it without, while still delivering value to users.
Mm-hmm.
iAds.
Yeah, iAds.
Yeah,
that can be integrated.
Yeah, look, I think for us, what we want to do is we want to make any advertising sort of consistent with a product. So I think if a person gets a really relevant message at the right time, if it's from an advertiser, that's fine. I think if they get, if I got an ad about a bikini wax like I do from some of the group buying sites, it's not really that relevant. But if I got, an ad about a new coffee shop to try out and I was near it, I'd probably actually enjoy that. So it's us thinking through how we actually monetize it sensibly and make sure the users still get value.
Nice. How many people work for you before I go? I just want to ask that question.
Yeah, we've got a team of 12.
Okay.
So, I mean, the real heavy lifting is the intelligence. We've built some artificial intelligence and some machine learning. And you can think about the amount of data that we're analysing that's pouring into the system. We've got some really clever guys and girls who help us.
Do you all work from what sort of place do you work from?
We've actually got it's sort of almost like a warehousey. It's actually it was an old Italian restaurant / bar / nightclub. It's kind of a really fun space, and it's converted into an office. So the bar, the old bar nightclub sort of area is our reception.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, where all of our development team are, we're all in like the old seating area, and the original kitchen's actually still there, which we're not doing anything with.
Cool, good stuff. Should take some photos of it.
Yeah, we have to put some up on our blog. Actually, a few people have asked us.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Check out. All right, thanks, mate, for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Pleasure, anytime. Thanks for having us, and
All good.
thanks for downloading it.
All good. We'll do. I'll keep telling people to get it and stuff. And
Oh, I bet you should be our one-man marketing department.
no, I do. I tell everyone to get the app. You know, if it's a good app, tell them about it. Get it.
That's cool. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. And Steve, where can they find you on Twitter and YouTube and stuff?
Of course, on Twitter, that's going to be Chatterbox_live, and on Justin TV, justin.tv/Linux School Dude.
Cool. And your shows are coming up very soon, so stay hang around for that, people. And
guys in the chat room.
Yep, it's going to be good. And Paul, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube, pcarry12, Twitter, pcarry12, and that's pretty much it.
All right, cool. And do you like Siri?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I use it, to set my alarm every single morning.
I love Siri. It's so good. It's fun to use.
Because, I sort of can't be bothered to actually,
I just wish it would.
hit alarm.
I just wish it would find stuff find restaurants and stuff for us around here.
Oh, yeah, that's the whole, US only thing. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, thanks for being on. Stay tuned for next week.
All right, well done.
Thanks, mate.
Bye.
In episode 162, thanks, Steve, for doing the live stream, mate. Appreciate it.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Hi, Glenn from Aussie Tech Heads. Join Will, Eric and myself as we bring you the latest, most up-to-date important tech news that affects you from Australia and the world. Weekly podcast available each Friday through iTunes. Watch the live stream recording of the show at live.thesecrethub.com each Thursday